Hello and welcome, live from Channels Television's global headquarters in Lagos, Nigeria. You're watching Newsroom series. I'm Dominic Iwiwa, and today our focus will be on the Northeast. But before we get into that, let's have a snippet of our top stories making rounds at the moment. The Rivers State House of Assembly says the impeachment process against Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his deputy, Professor Ngozi Odu, is ongoing and has not been halted. In a statement issued on January 9, 2026, the House said the process, which commenced on January 8th, is being carried out in line with Section 188 of the 1999 Constitution. According to the Assembly, notices of allegations of gross misconduct against both the governor and deputy governor have been formally served, and the House is awaiting the responses. The lawmakers dismissed claims circulating on social media that the impeachment process has been discontinued, describing them as false and misleading. The Assembly reaffirmed its constitutional responsibility to safeguard democracy in the state and insisted it would not be deterred by intimidation or misinformation. The statement was signed by the chairman of the House Committee on Information, Petitions and Complaints, Dr. Enemi Alabo George. The federal government, through the Livestock Productivity and Resilience Project, says it is taking steps to curb the recurring farmers-herders crisis by enhancing livestock value chain and introducing policies that will ensure a win-win situation for all parties. The Taraba State Livestock Productivity and Resilience Project Coordinator disclosed this at an event to inaugurate Disease Surveillance Laboratory, Artificial Insemination Center, and cold chain facility for vaccine storage and fodder choppers, courtesy of the federal and state government's partnership.
The Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project is a strategic measure of the federal government funded by the World Bank and implementing state governments to improve livestock productivity, encourage commercialization and build the capacities of authorities to mitigate conflicts between farmers and herders in the country. Taraba State in northeast Nigeria has had its fair share of the farmers-herders crisis, and the federal and state governments are here to inaugurate the Artificial Insemination Center, Disease Surveillance Laboratory, cold chain facility for vaccine storage, as well as distribute motorbikes and fodder choppers for enhanced livestock feeds. The aim is to tame bloodletting, ensure food security, and sustain a peaceful society.
The Animal Disease Surveillance Lab will strengthen early disease detection, diagnosis, reporting, and response, including transboundary and zoonotic disease of public health importance. The solar-powered cold chain facility will ensure proper storage and preservation of vaccines and biologicals, guaranteeing potency even in areas with unreliable power supply.
Youths in the state say they have embraced livestock farming, but will henceforth not tolerate any act of sabotage, as it will not be business as usual.
We have seen a lot of empowerment, but yet you see them, after receiving them, they go and sell them. The agency is going to help the L-Press by having a committee that will follow up and monitor the youths that benefit from this equipment to ensure they don't sell them. And the governor has given the go-ahead that when anyone is caught selling anything, he should no longer benefit from any empowerment that will come.
And also encourage all Tarabans to take advantage of all of these facilities for the betterment, for the advancement, and for our own prosperity, so that moving forward, we also take livestock as a serious business in transforming our lives and transforming the nation as a whole.
Governor Agbo Kefas, represented by the State Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Security, says his administration has a blueprint to ensure food security and fast-track the chain process of livestock productivity and resilience support project in Taraba State.
This program reflects the strong commitment of the Taraba State government to transforming the livestock sector as a critical component of food security, economic growth, and sustainable livelihoods. The facilities commissioned today, which will be commissioned today shortly, which include the Disease Surveillance Laboratory, solar-powered cold chain, facility, artificial insemination center, as well as a milk cooling van. A vital investment that will strengthen animal health systems, improve disease control, and enhance livestock productivity across the state.
The distribution of 200 fodder choppers and 30 motorcycles is to address challenges faced by livestock farmers and extension service providers, improve feed processing, and enhance mobility for increased productivity and improved income for farmers.
Karasua local government area in Yobe State has been described as one of the most affected local government areas by the 2025 flood disaster, destroying over 50% of its farmlands due to its terrain located around the riverine areas. The member representing the local government, Adamu Dala Dogo, who offered cash support to the victims of the flood disaster, also asked the state's government to assist the victims.
Karasua is one of the local government areas affected by the 2025 flood disaster due to the overflow of the Yobe Komadugu River, displacing thousands of individuals. Residents reveal that more than half of their farmlands were washed away during the 2025 farming season, leading to poor harvest. As part of a short-term measure to help victims, the former Speaker of the State House of Assembly, representing Karasua constituency, is here to provide cash support to about 300 victims of the flood. He also seeks the assistance of the Yobe State government through the State Emergency Management Agency to provide more food support to the affected persons.
150 men who get 50,000 each, and then 150 women who get 30,000 naira each. So you see the crowd of these people, they are very happy, and this is why I am calling all the political appointees, the elected one, and those that either you are a member of the House of Assembly, House of Rep Commissioner, or House of Assembly, or Chairman of the local government. It is our duty to assist our people because they are in need of this assistance, especially in this rural area and the northern part of Yobe. The drought has affected our people seriously. They have farmed and they didn't get anything. They harvested less than what they are expecting. So it's very difficult for them to scale. So I'm calling on the state government to come to the assistance of the people of Karasua local government.
Ibrahim Alhaji, a farmer in Karasua who harvests hundreds of bags of produce annually, says half of the farmlands cultivated were washed by flood, while others were affected by drought.
We are grateful to the government for supporting our people during the last farming season. I spent about 800,000 naira, but after harvest, I got only 300,000 naira due to poor harvest, resulting from drought and flood.
As the farmers look forward to the next farming season, they expect the government to create awareness to farmers so they avoid cultivating farms around the riverine areas.
Still in Yobe State, the state government is set to employ 500 vulnerable men, women and youths in each of its 178 political wards as part of its Renewed Hope Agenda Rural Development Program. The Secretary to the state government, Mr. Baba Malam Wali, disclosed this at a high-level stakeholders engagement in Damaturu, the state's capital. The empowerment is a replica of the federal government's Renewed Hope initiative. The high-level stakeholders engagement brings together lawmakers, members of the State Executive Council, local government chairmen, politicians, among other top government officials. The meeting aims to provide economic mapping, grassroots empowerment, poverty reduction, food security, and infrastructural development under the State Renewed Hope agenda.
This entails identifying local economic potential, human capital, and resources in every ward, making sure the economic reforms of the federal government gets down quickly, quicker and faster. What are farmers good in farming? Some are in mining, some are in fishing, some are in trading, but this economic mapping is to identify each ward with its unique potential and then tailor the support to be given to individuals towards such kind of economic activities.
The Secretary to Yobe State's government chairs the meeting on behalf of Governor May Malabuni. He reveals that a total of 89,000 vulnerable persons will be employed across all the political wards.
The purpose of this very, very important meeting, stakeholders engagement, is to start a registration of our youth and women in order to, especially youth and women. And out of the people, especially now, 500 people will be enrolled in each ward. And out of that, 30% will be female and 70% will be male. And we would like every stakeholder here to key into this very, very important program.
Some of the local government's chairmen commend the federal and state governments for the initiative, which they believe will improve the livelihood of people living in rural areas.
This program is going to help our people by providing seeds to them, by providing fertilizer to them, by providing cash, which is going to assist them. If you assist somebody in his business, so you have assisted him in life.
It's a welcome idea that His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Nigeria, initiated. We are very much grateful, and this will go along in helping our community in terms of business and other developmental aspects.
The state government has appointed local government representatives to coordinate the registration and enrollment of the targeted population. The Gombe State Sustainable Urban and Rural Water Supply, Sanitation and Hygiene Program has organized a one-day step-down roundtable discussion on wash sector and disability inclusion in promoting sanitation and hygiene. The program, which drew 100 participants from a cross-section of government ministries, private and public institutions, and a range of civil society groups in Gombe State, is aimed at enhancing disability-inclusive access to water, sanitation, and hygiene. The roundtable discussed how institutions could provide sanitation facilities with the disabled in mind and eradicate the phenomenon of open defecation.
Despite the disability rights law enforcing Nigeria since 2019, available reports state that less than 25% of public institutions in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, and other states of the Federation have implemented the mandatory features in their sanitary facilities to accommodate persons with disabilities, reducing the country's sanitation crisis. This step-down workshop is aimed at improving the construction of tailor-made, disability-friendly and easy-to-use sanitation facilities, such as bespoke restrooms across institutions and homes, which Gombe State says it is showing commitment to.
Everywhere in Nigeria, you have people that have challenges. And if you say you are going to concentrate on only the able people that are up and doing, then those that we are leaving behind will become a problem to us. We want Gombe State to be very clean, and very soon, by the grace of God, we want Gombe State to achieve this clean, open defecation. And if we don't carry everybody along, you know that we'll not be able to achieve that. And when we achieve that, a lot of things will attract so many things that will come to the state.
Our today roundtable discussions, which include involving them in all the leadership sector, in the environmental service provisions, in the water, sanitation and hygiene communities, water consumer association, so that at least when they serve as leaders, then actually they will carry along. If they are being carried along, definitely they will participate. If they participate, then they can be able to contribute positively.
While expressing solidarity to the full implementation of disability-inclusive sanitation projects across MDAs and institutions in Gombe State, participants such as the Network for Civil Society Groups describe the initiative as impactful.
We are so much happy about it, and we call on all the stakeholders, the participants, to make use of the opportunity and also carry the message back to their various organizations where they come from, so that the issue of inclusion will be a topic of discussion where we belong, where we work, and in our household discussion.
Gombe State Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities hails the inclusive project.
I expect them to collaborate and maybe to cooperate in many aspects. For example, now, the Honorable Commissioner promised that all of the toilets that will be established in coming time, that it will be disability friendly.
As the Gombe State Sustainable Urban and Rural Water Supply Sanitation and Hygiene Program continues to champion the cause of disability-inclusive sanitation and hygiene across the 11 local government areas of Gombe State, it hopes to mitigate the menace of open defecation as well.
The Adamawa State Governor Umar Fintiri is urging Nigerians to factor in the rich experience of retired military generals into the security architecture of the country in view of present and emerging security challenges. He stated this at an event in Hong local government areas, part of activities marking the creation of the Huba Chiefdom by his administration, which also celebrates General Haladu Haniniya, two-time Chief Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Commission, who had served his country and community credibly well.
Hong local government area of Adamawa State, despite the return of peace after insurgency, has suffered pockets of insecurity following attacks, especially on communities on the fringes of Sambisa Forest. Despite these challenges, the people say they have a cause to celebrate, not only their new chiefdom created by the governor of Adamawa State, Umar Fintiri's administration, but their prominent sons like General Haladu Hananiya, who served creditably well in the military and was two-time Chief Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Commission, FRSC. The Adamawa State Governor Umar Fintiri, represented by his Chief of Staff Amos Edgar in his address, says any nation that does not honor men and women who lay their lives on the line for the country will lose direction.
He has demonstrated not just in his life as a military person, but even after military service, he has continued to serve the society, the community in diverse ways, for which we remain eternally grateful.
The traditional leader of the Huba Chiefdom, Alherin Yako, eulogizes the veteran military officer, General Haladu Hananiya.
We are celebrating the first secondary school graduate from Huba Chiefdom. The first military officer and the first general of the Huba Chiefdom, who made a name that has endured even throughout his subsequent successors.
Former Minister of State for Health, Idi Hong, says the veterans can give useful counsel in tackling the security challenges of the country, while the retired elder statesman and former FRSC Corps Marshal, General Haladu Hananiya, laments the involvement of some security personnel in the situation the country finds itself.
Now we are being bedeviled by insecurity of insurgents without us going back to the drawing board. How were our military officers bringing peace in similar theaters of war all over the world like this, and they were unable to contend this? I think I will advise the Nigerian Armed Forces to go back to their archives. We have people like General Hananiya, we have Obasanjo alive, we have T.Y. Danjuma alive, we have Gawan himself, who is the leader of the country during the Civil War, who brought peace in this country. They are not consulting them, they are not picking on their brains, and they think they will survive from this. I think I would like them to start having intensive relationship with these people, because they are an institutional memory, they are a basket of wisdom and experience. They will help.
Some of the military and the police are informers, and they make operations very difficult. That's why we have not succeeded. I pray that these people will change their attitude and forget about making money and serve their people.
The event witnessed a demonstration of the rich cultural heritage and dances of the people of the area.
Now, the coalition of Taraba Youths for Reform and Governance has dissociated itself from what it described as sponsored protests allegedly aimed at discrediting the ongoing reform process under the administration of Governor Agbo Kefas. The coalition warned against attempts to blackmail members of the Civil Service Verification Committee, urging civil servants with genuine grievances to present their documents for review and resolution. Addressing journalists in Jalingo, the state's capital, the group calls on Taraba governments to remain focused and resolute in implementing the reforms. It notes that the exercise was already repositioning the state civil service for transparency, efficiency, and sustainable development.
According to the committee findings, 6,528 individuals were expected to be verified. Then 3,183 persons appeared for verification. Then 3,345 persons failed to appear. 3,345 persons failed to appear. 1,049 individuals who appeared were not found in the payroll records of ministry, department, or any agency. Further clarification revealed that these 1,049 individuals were not on the official payroll, but had purchased appointment letters from unscrupulous civil servants who acted against the interests of the state and its people. These actions clearly point to an internal sabotage of the civil service system rather than genuine employment. As a direct outcome of the verification and screening exercise, the committee successfully reduced the state salary bill to about 3 billion monthly. In view of these facts, the coalition hereby passes a vote of confidence on Dr. Agbo-Kefa's administration.
The Akko Emirates in Kano Akko local government area of Gombe State says the past year has been nothing short of spectacular, as it has recorded lots of milestones, which not only included the upgrade of Kumo General Hospital reconstructed by Governor Inuwa Yahaya to a full-fledged federal medical center by President Tinubu, but also the siting of the world-class Lincoln University campus in Kumo, the first transnational university education model licensed by the Nigerian Universities Commission. While counting its many blessings in the past 1 year, Akko Emirates also highlights that it is extending its tentacles across Nigeria to attract more well-meaning Nigerians to support its developmental drive. One of such individuals is Abdullahi May Agogo, a community development advocate who donated a bus for Lincoln University even as the Emirates crowned him May Nasaran Akko, showcasing unity despite cultural diversity.
This cultural ceremony showcases Akko Emirates' rich heritage, captured in the conferment of May Nasaran Akko traditional title on Abdullahi May Agogo, a community development advocate and grassroots mobilizer who has come to identify with Akko Emirate on several milestones recorded. The Emirate counts its blessings in the last 1 year.
Special relationship with Damasaning Akko, who is the son of the soil, gingered us to consider him, and that is why today we are commemorating him as the Mainasaran Akko.
The achievement we are getting from Akko, we cannot mention them, namely the Federal Medical Center that we have gotten, the Lincoln University under Malaysia, and we are here today to ensure that we support our younger brothers, our younger ones, to ensure that they have gone the school. We will leverage on the available our resources so that we will make sure that we support them the way we are supposed to do, and you could witness this one today. You can see what we have done so far.
While donating a bus to support the newly established Lincoln University Kumo, a public-private partnership project with the Gombe State government, Mr. Mai Agogo restates a commitment to do more.
And inshallah, I will try my best to make sure that I do not disappoint His Royal Highness, our father.
The occasion reflects unity in diversity as more Nigerians identify with the Akko Emirate.
What I expect from him, he has started already. Now that he has donated a bus for the university situated in the area, so it's a very milestone achievement, and it has started showing his character and ability to assist. This assignment he donated the vehicle to is for the development of education in the area, and he promised to assist more and more.
The Emirate also thanks the Gombe State government for its partnership to establish the Kumo campus of the Lincoln University, as well as the upgrade of the Kumo General Hospital to a federal medical center.
The Adamawa State government has given a detailed breakdown of its 2026 approved budget, highlighting the allocation of funds to key sectors for strategic developments. This closure was made by the Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning, Emmanuel Peridismo, during a press briefing in Yola, the state's capital. The Budget Commissioner explains that the budget's target growth and economic renewal builds on the developmental strides achieved in the Fintiri-led administration, thereby setting the stage for post-consolidation investments across education, healthcare, agriculture, infrastructure, and water supply. He reiterates that the budget is designed to ensure transparency, accountability, and proper utilization of resources in all sectors.
The summary of the proposed budget in terms of revenue and expenditure are as follows. You can see it listed here. Statutory allocation, we have proposed 135.07 billion. Share of VAT, 106.3 billion. Excess non-oil, 28.6 billion. Excess rate gain, 7.7 billion. Ecological/flood funds, 3 billion. Electronic money transfer, 3.7 billion. National liquefied natural gas, 125.1 billion. State infrastructure and security fund, 25.2 billion. Signature bonus, 40 billion. Other fact distribution, 1.3 billion. Capital receipts, 71.1 billion. Independent revenue, that is our internally generated revenue, is projected at 35.8 billion for 2026.
And that's where we drop the anchor in this edition of Newsroom series. I'm Dominic. Enjoy the rest of your day.